Shane here, Kumbartcho Project Farm, Kilkeven. So this is one of my sheep and chicken paddocks. So these trees are 3 years old, part of a syntropic planting we did in November 21. This is my central chook house. So this paddock has sheep and chickens and a couple of Maremmas in it. And so we've not got a mobile chicken tractor, we've got a fixed chook pen. So following on from the work of Reginaldo Haslett Morriquin and the tree range chickens. So as in chickens are a jungle bird. So I've got this set up. I've got 2 nesting drums here. We've got a trapdoor for the chickens to come in and out, which makes it Maremma proof. So these guys were collecting the eggs out in the paddock where the chooks laid them. They were waiting for the chooks to lay, and then they would eat the eggs, so it was like a warm egg for breakfast. But yeah, like this is, the idea is not to move the chook house, you just move the chickens because they've got legs. So eventually I'll cut this paddock into 2 and possibly 4 so I can rotate around it. It's only 1 hectare. But what I like when I come out here is I've got happy dogs. Look, the tail's wagging, we're smiling. And we've got happy chickens. So we've got one of my naked necks here. I love them. And look at this, like we've got under the trees, we've got chickens. So when the heat of the day sets in and the sun's shining, of course it's not shining today because we've got overcast and a few showers, but I find the chickens and the sheep and the dogs are all camped out under the trees, which brings in one of the basic requirements of life, which is comfort. We need to have comfort. And I tell you what, these sheep are so goddamn comfortable, it's unbelievable. You know, old Rambo here, he's as fat as a whale, and as are all the ewes. And these sheep I've had here, forget when they arrived, but they've been here for over 6 months. I've never had to drench them for parasites. Yeah. So they have adequate browse, and the pups just lie with them. It's like all part of the tribe, part of the chicken tribe down here. So excellent predator management. I did have foxes before I had the Maremmas, and I've done a biodynamic fox pepper to deter the foxes, and it's quite fascinating. I've got this total shift in the ecology around here. Is what's happened, I'm noticing around the house, I've now got hares. When I had foxes, I had no hares because the foxes were cleaning them up. And the other thing that's appeared on the farm is dingoes. I've seen 5 young dingoes getting around. So now the foxes have moved along. I think the presence of dogs, the presence of these guys, these handsome Maremmas, and the dingoes in the paddock has changed the ecology, that it's no longer a fox hunting ground. I continue to put peppers out for the foxes around the perimeter of these paddocks, but at this stage I've got 2 of these paddocks. Same deal, the other one's up the top there. It's got some older trees, but mostly 3-year-old stuff, and I've done some pretty heavy pruning up there, what I call Cyclone Shane striking the syntropic area and giving it a reset. But yeah, this is awesome. I love the comfort that these animals are experiencing. And you know, it's like food, oxygen, water, and comfort are the 4 basic requirements. And if we've got a paddock that's got no trees in it, and I see it in some of the the free-range chicken operations, I see all the bloody thousands of birds huddled under the chicken tractor in the middle of the day trying to find some comfort. And I tell you that it doesn't appear to be comfort to me. And that sort of lack of comfort to me, it equals a higher requirement for nutrition to overcome the stress of no comfort. So that's my point of view. Obviously this is not a commercial operation. This is an embryo operation. I've got 35 chooks in here, 10 laying hens, and the rest is roosters, and people are horrified at the thought of that many roosters, 22 or so roosters with 10 hens, but they've got the space in a hectare to find their own level. Like they can spread out, they can sort out their pecking order. They all come home to roost at night. They're not trying to go and hide somewhere else to get away from the other roosters or the hens. So yeah, it's an interesting experiment, and the plan is to build this up to eventually build this up to a more commercial enterprise. My target at this stage is 50 fowl in here. I'm starting to acquire some of these delightful naked necks. Like, these things to me are so much like bloody scrub turkeys. They've got legs on them. These suckers can run and they can forage. So I'm working towards turning this whole thing into a full-blown naked neck flock. A bird that's got half the feathers of a normal chook, huge bloody legs, an ideal like a meat chicken, but not a 8-week meat chicken or a 6-week meat chicken like you buy at the grocery shop. These guys eventually here will be, you know, meat chickens that are grown naturally in the paddock. Most of the food will come out of the paddock. They get a very minimum of fermented grain from me. But yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting place to be in, to just, yeah, creating what I call a proper animal enterprise, where we've got animals running in their natural environment, and we've got animals that'll be adapted to the environment. So these naked necks are my sort of leap forward to get more adapted chooks, rather than working with the things that have been bred for the intensive poultry industry. So there you go. That's it. The naked necks and the forest and the Persian sheep. Bye bye.